In today's episode, I'm going to talk about 3 examples of the Sterile Cockpit rule and how they demonstrate that the right behaviors don't happen on their own and what you can do about it. At Kaiser South San Francisco, nurses administer 800 medications a day. The error rate for medication administration was 1 error per 1,000 medications administered. But that works out to 250 errors per year, and those errors can be deadly. Becky Richards, Director of Clinical Services at Kaiser South San Francisco, believed they could do better. And she believed that most errors were caused by nurses getting distracted. She cited Tess Pape, who said, "Today we admire people for multitasking. We celebrate people who can accomplish many things at once. But when you're giving out medications, it is the last time you should be multitasking." Think about how you would get the nurses to be more focused and less distracted. Do you find yourself reaching for a carrot or a stick? Nurses already understand what's expected of them, so you don't need to further direct the rider. Nurses don't have emotional resistance to better focus, so you don't need to motivate the elephant. The problem is the environment. Nobody thinks twice before calling out to a nurse when they're walking the halls to deliver medication. And nurses feel an obligation to respond. Richards needed to make other people aware that they were interrupting the nurses. She came up with a visual symbol to signal that a nurse is passing out medication and cannot be interrupted. A medication vest. Richards selected 2 units for a 6-month pilot study. The nurses hated the vests, and so did the doctors. Nurses found the vest demeaning, and doctors hated not being able to talk to the nurses. Then the data came back. During the 6-month period, errors dropped 47% from the prior 6 months. Once the data rolled in, the hatred faded, and nearly the entire hospital adopted the vest. The Heath brothers concluded, "You know you've got a smart solution when everyone hates it and it still works. And in fact, works so well that people's hate turns to enthusiasm." In the airline industry, because most aircraft incidents happen during takeoffs and landings, it became common practice to follow the Sterile Cockpit rule. Anytime a plane is below 10,000 feet, no conversation is permitted in the cockpit, except what's directly relevant for flying. One software development group adopted the Sterile Cockpit concept for an important software project. They were trying to reduce new product development time from 3 years to 9 months. In previous projects, deadlines would trigger stress, and workers who were falling behind would interrupt colleagues, and managers would wander by regularly and ask for status updates.
Corporate accounts payable, Nina speaking.
Hello, Peter. What's happening? We have sort of a problem here. Yeah, you apparently didn't put one of the new cover sheets on your TPS reports.
Programmers started working weekends to get some uninterrupted time. The leaders of the organization tried an experiment. They instituted quiet hours on Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday mornings with the idea of giving programmers a sterile cockpit. In the end, they met their 9-month goal, and the division VP attributed the success to the Sterile Cockpit quiet hours. Think about this the next time you're trying to decide whether or not to go with an open office plan that puts programmers and salespeople and other unrelated functions within earshot of each other. Notice that in all 3 of these situations, the nurses, the pilots, and the programmers, the right behaviors did not come about on their own. Instead, leaders shaped the path, and the right behaviors emerged. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss an episode. On LinkedIn, click the follow button next to my name. On IGTV, you can just click the person icon with the plus next to it.